So, today it is episode 15 of the Your Late Experience podcast, the email edition. And today I would like to talk about how an late experience looks like. Now, I will be talking about the three don'ts and then the three do's. So that the don'ts are what not to do if you are looking to create an late email experience. And the do's are what you need to do so that you can create an light email experience. So we'll start with spam filters. So there are different ways you can trigger spam filters. And the first one is by using flagged words in your emails. So these are words that show show the email services that your emails are not start getting. So when you use this word, they kind of destroys the reputation of your email. The second thing is by not having an unsubscribe button in your email. So you make sure that in every email you send, you should have a unsubscribe button, and that will not trigger the spam filters because now if someone want to unsubscribe and they don't find that button, they just mark you as spam so that you get out of the inbox. The third way that you can trigger the spam filter is by using excess emojis and exclamation marks. So you should kind of limit the emojis you use to about one or two, and then for the exclamation marks, when you use many exclamation marks, of have a weird kind of now that end up triggering the spam filters. The second way, the second don't, not way. The second don't is do not overstuff your email with excess keyword. So what happens is that when you use excess keyword, send up sounding as jargon to the subscriber because now it is something that they don't understand and also it is something they cannot relate to. So when you use excessive keywords in your email, send up kind of not resonating with your subscribers. The third way to not create your email experience is by not sending mass emails to an engaged list. So if there are people who have not been engaging with your email, so that can be the last 2 or 3 months going backward. If you want to email those people, so say let's say for example like the upcoming BFCM, if you still want to interact with those people, do not send them as don't send them the emails all of them at once, but send them in batches so that you don't end up destroying your email reputation and your deliverability, your ability to get into the inbox. Now, those are the three don't. So the first one is don't trigger spam filters. The second one is don't stuff your email with keyword. And the third one is don't send mass emails to your unengaged list. Now we get to the do's of how to create an late email experience. The first one is clean up your email list regularly. So what we recommend is that at least every quarter make sure that you clean up your emails. So that is at least like that is the minimum. But also you can do it at the 6 month mark, but we mostly recommend the quarter mark. The second do is that keep your emails human. So this is about how you design your campaigns, the emails you send, the frequency you send with. You are not sending to robots. So make sure that you have that, you kind of remember that you are sending to other people. Now they have the challenges of life that all of us we all have. The other thing is that about keeping it human is that make sure you segment your emails, and also when you send your email to a specific segment, make sure that it is personalized to that specific segment. The other thing is about keeping your emails messages conversational. So you want to send emails that kind of gives the vibe that you are having a conversation with your subscriber. So it's not as if it is just a one-sided conversation. It is about sending an email that kind of invite the subscriber to get involved in your email. And now the final thing is that the final thing about creating an elite email experience is that make sure that you are not just sending emails. Have a kind of strategy behind the emails you are sending. So this means that you don't send random campaigns. It means that you are planning your campaigns in advance so that you can know in this quarter we'll be sending this kind of email. And now making sure that everything is in place before that time comes, before the time of the emails comes. So for example, like we are heading to the BFCM season. So the thing about it is that for the elite companies, we have already created the emails that will be going out during the BFCM season. So we want to do these things ahead of time so that if there are any differences that come, you make sure that you bring them, you kind of include them in those emails. But having them ahead of time makes sure that when the time comes, you don't end up wasting time and now jumping here and there. It is about when the time comes, it is just execution and making sure that everything is working the way it is supposed to work. And now, talking about preparing, the other thing is about you have to involve the other departments in your preparations. So, for example, if you are launching a new product, you have to involve the product department in your planning, and also you have to also invite the customer service team to the table so that they can kind of know what is going on. And now they don't end up ask questions about stuff that they're not aware about. And now that's all for today. So the three do's are clean your email list, plan your campaigns in advance, and now we'll add another one. And now this is about make sure that you are creating experiences for your subscriber. So that's all for today, and I'll see you in the next session. So bye bye, DM.